It's a great day in SimWorld, everybody. Good morning and welcome to SimWorld Today. I'm B-Ron. Alongside me is Rick Blaze with me this morning. How you doing? Happy Friday, man. Good morning.
B-Run, I'm doing mighty fine, good sir. And before anyone says anything, yes, this bonnet looks exactly like the bonnet your baby mama wears at night. As a matter of fact, I'll let you in a little secret. This is her bonnet that I'm wearing. I had a great time Thursday night. Looking forward to even better Friday morning. Him here at SimWorld. Let's get to it.
Yes, sir. Let's jump right into it, shall we? Start off by talking about the big cat, Carl Anthony Towns. He tore his meniscus. And he's gonna have to undergo surgery for it. He's gonna miss about a month of action here. Uh, this could be a problem for Minnesota, but also it could not be, depending on who you're talking to, what you think about it, all that stuff. And I want to know, Rick, what do you think about it as the one seed currently in the West? How does it impact the T Wolves, and who needs to step up as a result?
Well, I don't like to uh praise anyone getting hurt. You never want to see anyone hurt, but I'm telling you, B-Run, this is the start of the Anthony Edwards takeover. The Anthony Edwards global takeover. Cat is going to be out. Playoff time is coming around. He already showed out last night, hit his head on the back on the rim, blocking
Yeah.
somebody's shot for the game winner. Like, this is the Anthony Edwards global takeover. I can see Cat being shipped out, traded a year from now, next season, because Anthony Edwards is going to become that stardom, become that superstar, the next face of the league. It starts right now. Mark this moment in time. Thanks, Cat, for letting Anthony Edwards be the dog that he is. Roof, 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 roof.
Yeah, they definitely do have a lot of talent around Edwards, around Edwards now with Towns being out. You know, it's gonna be Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid as well. I like Naz Reid. They'll even have the few other players that are coming in help out too. But I do think that we definitely will see Edwards that will step up and play well in that role, because you're gonna need somebody to take over, and I think Edwards definitely gonna be the guy to do that. Um, it just like you said, Rick, it always does suck to see a player, you know, get injured, have to miss time away, and that sort of thing. But I think this is one of those rare occasions where you have the pieces around him to back him up now that he's out.
Yeah, I mean, this is be around. We're not thinking, we knowing. Anthony Edwards is that guy. He's gonna be that guy. I don't care what kind of pieces you have. You can have quarter legs, you can have thighs, you can have wings, you can have breasts. It's not going to matter. Anthony Edwards is becoming that star. He's on his way to superstardom. He has the number one signature shoe right now in the NBA. He has Adidas looking good. Adidas actually surpassed Nike as far as stock, as far as growth percentages. I'm telling you, it's all aligning. This is now Anthony Edwards' team, bona fide. For all you Cat fans, wah wah wah. So sorry for you. Anthony Edwards' takeover is here. He is the next star. I like his personality. I like his game. I like he has the old school mentality as far as like getting after it. Uh, I dig it, and I think he's going to take himself and his team to the next level. I can't believe the Timberwolves in first place. That is a wild statement to make. In all of my years of living, I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever seen the Timberwolves in first place. To be honest with you.
Yeah, it's definitely wild to see them in first place. I really agree with you there, because just like you, in my lifetime, I've never seen the T Wolves be competitive or nevertheless in first place at least. So to see them playing really well right now is is fantastic. Um, I I do think there is something to be said about that though, with the history of the Timberwolves, and having them be in this spot now too, with Talons being out as well. Because so a lot of times we see it in some more prep, for example, with history kind of repeating itself with the with Stripes most recently. Um, the history of the T Wolves usually not being good, but the transformation of that from where they were to where they are now is something that I think a lot of people want to root for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. I think the city of Minnesota probably deserves something to root for. I mean, they're not rooting for the Vikings. The Vikings is not really getting it done. And then how good are the Twins? I don't think they're really making any noise in baseball. So let's go
They
Timberwolves.
barely missed the playoffs last season.
Okay, bad. See what I'm talking about? They hovered over mediocrity. So let's go Timberwolves. Let's get it going. The team hasn't been exciting like this since the Marbury KG era. So
Yeah, yeah.
um yeah, this is the last time people actually talked about the Minnesota Timberwolves in a good way. So and Anthony Edwards is gonna be bigger than KG. He's gonna be bigger than the big ticket. I
Ooh,
hope Minnesota is able to keep Anthony Edwards on the team. Please give him a blank check whenever it's time to sign him because you don't drop the ball. That'll be the worst thing Minnesota has ever done.
yeah. And Edwards, on the season, he's averaging almost 35 minutes a game, almost 26.4 points per game, shooting 46% from the field, with 5 assists per game and about 5 rebounds per game as well. So he's definitely done his part all season, and with 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 Towns out now, he's
Yeah.
definitely gonna have a bigger role in the offense if he didn't have one already.
And,
You know what I mean?
and B Run, no one's really quick, no one's talking about this. He's bringing dark skinned brothers back in style because for a while, Drake and the Clay Thompsons and the Steph Currys has taken over. Light skin was winning.
Yeah,
And now Anthony Elvis is making it cool
we
to
up
be
now.
dark skinned again. We haven't seen that since Eddie Murphy Delirious. I'm telling you, Anthony Elvis is taking over. The dark skinned brothers are going to get behind him. It's going to be a ruckus.
We love that. We love that. You know what we also love? We also love a good hometown storyline, and I think we got one here in the SWFL because the Saints have re-signed Tyrann Matthew for 2 years to a $13.75 million deal. Uh, when I want to know, Rick, in your opinion, if this is the right move or the wrong move for them.
Well, considering Tyron Matthews on my dynasty team currently, it's the right move. He's one of my guys, one of my safeties on my dynasty team. He played really good for the Saints last year. Played solid. Obviously, he's a little bit long in the tooth age-wise. I think he's like 32, 33. But he can
Mhm.
still, he's a smart player. He's still a good player. And the Saints can use someone back there to return that they can trust. I'm on a dynasty. He's on my dynasty. He's not carrying my team. And for my young folks, dynasty is different from fantasy. I want to make sure y'all understand. Dynasty is where the real players play. You know what I'm saying? Fantasy is like cool. Dynasty is where the real players play. But Tyron Matthew will be able to stay in his hometown of New Orleans and play for the city. I'm sure it's a badge of honor for him for the Honey Badger. See how I
Yeah,
did that badge of honor?
I
Honey
I
Badger.
like it. I like it.
It's
Yeah, he
early. I'm
definitely.
still on it. I'm still on it early, B-Rock.
Hey, look, we love it, man. We love it out here. Tyrann Matthew, he's had a very solid 2 seasons in New Orleans, also St. Louis, in New Orleans. And I he's 31. I think he'll be 32 soon enough. But yeah, solid 2 seasons in New Orleans so far. And it is always good to see a player come back home. He went to college in New Orleans, played
All right.
Louisiana, played for LSU, and since joining the Saints, in his first 2 seasons with them, he played in all 17 games, and that's something that
Correct.
is is not easy to do in football, but especially as you get older too, you're it's about the game takes a toll on you. So to
Yep.
have him play safety and still be playing at a high level is really good. He had what 58 tackles in his first season. Last season, 42. Came down a little bit, but it's still in that range.
Yeah.
He had 4 interceptions this past season, and what 3 the season before.
Yeah, and
he's
B run
playing a high
what people
level.
may not also realize is when he played in Houston, I had a chance to meet him at a local Papados. It was a good time. Anyway, he's not a huge guy at all.
No, yeah,
Like when
he's
you
a
see him,
talented.
you wouldn't say, "Oh, there's a football player." No, 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 no. You gonna say that's a regular sized
Yeah,
guy. He's a very regular
yeah,
sized guy. To see what he does at the safety position, uh, knowing that he's not much bigger, he's probably the same size as I am. He's going against those other NFL players that have played 17 games. It's a testament to his conditioning. It's a testament to his skill set and how smart he is on the football field. So shout out and kudos to Tyron Matthew. I like the guy. He's a really good player.
yeah. I think that if he had had, a few down seasons in St. Louis, then I would say, yeah, it wasn't the right move to do it.
I
But
don't know why you keep
because
putting him in
he's
St.
still
Louis though.
playing,
I don't know why
I
you keep
I
putting him
I
in
don't
St.
know
Louis.
either, man. I don't know.
Do you
Uh,
know something I don't know?
the St.
Do you
Louis
know
Saints, man, they're
something,
coming
Tyron?
back.
Do you know
They're
something the Honey Badger doesn't know?
I don't know, man. Something's going on with the brain this morning. But look, let's move on, shall we? Wrap it up because we got to talk about the game of the week last night between Gulf Coast Lockdown and the Beast of the East. Those two teams went at it, and Beast of the East ended up coming out on top in that one, 75-68. And it was a game that Gulf Coast, they had moments in it, but they weren't able to get over the hump. And Tyree Moy did his thing, leading the way for Beast of the East. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He was tied for the lead in that category. Kyrie Brown also had a good game. Lucy Thomas that also had a good game too. There was a lot of players
You can
on.
name everybody. You can name everybody on that team.
Yeah,
You just go down the
yeah,
list and
right.
just start
Down the
naming
list.
names, right?
Everybody,
And that's the
everybody
kind of
contributed something.
absolutely, and that's the kind of team the Beast Cities has. I'm really, 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 really happy for. I have to say, I'm really, really happy for Sam. He got his first win as far as predictions because he was looking real bad out here in these streets. He was
Yeah,
hopeful forever. So I'm happy for Sam to get on the bandwagon. I was really nervous, but Beast of the East and Coach Dre was able to pull out the win. Now I will say this: Gulf Coast played a competitive game, so I'm going to give them some credit for playing a
good.
competitive game against the champs. Don't forget these guys are still the champs now.
Hmm.
So they played a competitive game. They did come out with the victory, but this wasn't the team that lost to Middle East. So I can
Right.
say that they rebounded back from the Middle Eastern situation. But as I said on the show yesterday, they have to find another consistent scorer outside of Kai Killings. They had a few guys in double digits, which is good. But Kai Killings obviously led the way in points for them. They need another uh, secondary score, consistent secondary score. Their defense was better. Again, but BC's is they're a tough team. They are a
They're
tough
tough
out.
out. Yeah.
And they got so many guys on the squad who can put up points on any given time. So you have to bring your hard hat and be ready to play to beat the beast of the East.
Absolutely, absolutely. And one of my biggest takeaways from the game was that the Beasts right now are race to one ready. I think right now. I think they're ready to go right
Yes,
now.
yes.
What's your biggest takeaway from the game, real quick?
Beast of the East is ready right there. They are in top. Look, they are. I'm picking them. I'm going to record picking them in my final four for sure. And like I said the other day, I don't have the originators passing the last eight, at least eight. I got Beast of the East, no doubt, in my final four, unless something traumatic happens between now and the race to one. They look primed and ready to go. This is when you want to see teams and players locking in, and Beast of the East is locking in right now for sure.
Yeah, they are locked in, ready to go, and we hope you are too for the rest of your day because that's going to do it for us here on this Friday edition of SimWorld today. Thank you for joining us. As always, we appreciate you very much. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Hit the bell in order to know when videos and shows and streams go live for you all. And until Monday, you guys, remember, SimWorld is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. We'll see you on Monday.
I tell you, baby mama, you said hi.